Good morning, everybody. That bell's about to ring in about just a minute, but man, Chewy is popping off this morning. We're seeing some pretty insane price action as Roaring Kitty takes a 6.6% stake in the stock. I thought that was pretty insane to say. So he has a 6.6% stake in the company, bought just over 9 million shares. This was Roaring Kitty, or Keith Gill, as many people know him, but we all like to say Roaring Kitty around here, right? Check the appropriate box to designate whether you are a cat. No way. The SEC filing included a section for that? That is funny. That is funny, but wow, what a weird sequence of events today. You know, we're starting the day out hot with Chewy coming out here with this insane price action. I know that's going to make a lot of people out there very happy. I know quite a bit of people love this. What price does Keith Gill have on Chewy, J Nash? You know, that's a good question. I didn't see that right away. Let me scroll down here and see what we can find here. I wish that I could find the actual filing itself. I'm sure I can. Here we go. It says the filing here. Here we go. Let's see if it says it. Okay. Wow, 6.6%. They ask a lot of questions on here, don't they? Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing an exact price right now. It says par value 1 cent per share. What? If you guys find any info on that, let me know. Let me know what you guys find. I'm sure somebody has it on Twitter out there. I just don't want to spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes searching for it, honestly. Chewy sells coming in. Yeah, it looks like some sellers are starting to come in here around $30. We're seeing a bit of a sell-off as the market opens, down under 30. I don't want to necessarily see that today. Come on, Chewy. Let's get it a little bit better. Palmer said his Robinhood broken. Wow, yeah, a couple guys in Discord are saying it's down. So some people said that theirs works. Some people said theirs isn't working. That's funny. Of course Robinhood's not working, right? I know Thinkorswim was pretty messed up, but yeah, Robinhood is not working. There's a big issue with it. Mike even posted the down detector. There's a ton of people who are having issues with that one today. Remember, we had Thinkorswim doing it the other day. Now we got Robinhood having issues. Probably the two most popular brokers. You think it's because of Chewy? Do you think that's what's going on with Robinhood? Robinhood, let's put on our tinfoil hats, guys. You know, now this isn't necessarily true, but, you know, think about it. Like, they might not want a lot of people to be pumping up Chewy today, you know? Oh, yeah, let's have a nice system-wide glitch as well as this happens. Yeah, let's do that. Tom, I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens. You better put on your special probing protection suit. Tangy Man said Palantir heading for 26. Palantir having a good morning here, breaking out about 25.60, 25.50. That's actually a really good looking move right here. Great call there, Tangy. Appreciate you joining up this morning. I saw you in the Discord last night. I was laughing, Tangy. I was laughing with you. Your social security joke was funny, and then I started realizing, oh shit, I'm in that younger crowd. I was like, I'm not gonna get it either, Tangy. No, don't say that. I've paid too much into that, Tangy. That'd be the biggest robbery of the entire world right there. With how much I've paid into that shit. Word Sky says, yo, let's go. I'm excited for the bull market this morning. Hey, let's get it. Let's get it, Skies. You're getting more than me. Yeah, that's funny, Jane. That's a weird thing going on. Social Security. It's going to be a very tough situation over the next couple years. When I say couple years, there's a pretty long timeline, but to be honest, I'm probably the first class of people who will not get it. Oh, shit. That sucks, Tangy. That sucks. Hopefully not. That'll probably be, whenever that happens, if it happens, let's just say, hypothetically, if it happens, that's going to be I think that would be something that could maybe start a true market crash. I'm not going to say it would be, necessarily all in one day or anything like that, but I would think over a period of time, if that really does happen, we'd have a world of hurt going on. Xbox said, what's this talk? Jane's gonna take part of her husband's. That's the way to do it, Jane. I wish I could do that. Well, I guess I technically could, couldn't I? I'll have to find a really good wig. I'll tell you. Tilray moving back up a little bit today. It'd be nice to see the MJ stock start to move back. I married older for the SS. That's... Are you serious, Jane? Hopefully between my business and my investments, I won't even need it. Yeah, that's the hope, right, Tangy? That is the hope. I know, my sister. Oh boy. My girlfriend's dad, he just started getting Social Security. So we've been dealing with that a little bit with him. Help him with everything. Jane said, I'm joking. Yeah, I know. I figured, but I had to ask. I don't understand, to be honest. Aren't they always talking about removing it? Yeah, they are, Xbox. It's something that, certain people have timelines on it, and they're like, oh, well, after this amount of years, it's going to run out and all this, and not necessarily that they're going to remove it. It's that the money's going to run dry, Xbox, essentially. Michael said Tesla moving this morning. TSLA. Yeah, they need more people to have kids. They need the population to grow. Man, Tessie is having one hell of a move today, Michael. Thank you for saying that. 3.64%. Now, that is amazing. Love to see that. They're right around the top of the watch list. They're honestly catching Chewy today. I think that's pretty funny. You know what else is up 3% is Coinbase. Although that one's not as surprising. But Coin's up a little bit too. Pretty decent pop today. I like it. There we go. That's a good run. Up to 233.50. Definitely not bad. You feel like I'm hearing weird stuff today. You guys would like this that at my house. For those of you that have me on Snapchat, you already know. I know a few of you have seen it. But there's these deer, I don't know what's going on, but the two fawns live in my backyard, essentially, of all things. And they're always out there. I mowed the grass yesterday and I scared them. They ran away. And then they came back and they were just chilling the whole time there. It was a pretty Pretty crazy sight to see. They're just two babies walking around. I even happened to get a thing on video where one of the babies ran over to a buck and the buck smacked the baby in the head with its foot. And I was like, oh, that poor thing. It's pretty neat, though. Man, speaking of that, though, and the animals, Chewy selling off still at open now. Robinhood's not letting people buy, guys. This is why it's going down. What's happening? No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, though, there's going to be a lot of people that speculate that today. There's a lot of people that would speculate that. I still almost can't even believe that I'm seeing that. What am I seeing with Pelosi here as well? Pelosi's trending on Twitter. Is it for political stuff, though, or is it for stocks? That's the question, right? I think it's stock. Or I think it's political, sorry. Not stocks. I wish it was stocks. Yeah, this is, she's trending because of something else. Out here looking for the news. Looking at Boeing. They're actually having a pretty good move today again, which is nice. They broke 185. That's pretty fire. Hey, look at this. Chewy starting to come up off the dip a little bit. If we zoom in on it. Chewy off the dip. That looks like pretty good movement here. Can we get back above 30? That's going to be the big question for me at the moment. Tangy Man said, Social Security requires at least replacement level birth rates. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yep. I feel that. There needs to be more people having kids. Xbox said it won't run out. People are stupid. LOL, JK, or am I? Yeah. Are you kidding or not, right? I don't know. I personally, I'm just going to act like I'm not going to get it, Xbox. And then if I get it, it'll just be a nice surprise. I will say, though, it's pretty... If people don't get it after paying in all this money, it is kind of whack. I gotta give it that. All right, we got the Palantir coming back down. Come on, Palantir, that sucks. Tesla's still moving up, though, in a pretty good way, up to like 206. It's moving well above $200, which is pretty fire, so that's a pretty awesome thing to see today. In last night's video, I talked about that quite a bit. You know, I said if Tesla can get back above and hold above 200, it could have a pretty good shot of popping off, and we saw that happen today, this morning, pretty well, 3.96%. At open, it really ran off. I wish Chewy wasn't taking my attention away from Tesla at open, but it was a little bit. You guys know by now, I'm sure, but this is going to be a short week. There's no trading on Thursday, and there's actually an early close on Wednesday. So Wednesday, the market's going to close at 1 p.m. Eastern. Pretty interesting. And then Thursday, yeah, we're gonna see some crazy movement. Dude, I've had enough of the roaring kitty guy, Mason said. Low-key ruining the stock market. Man, I'm kind of with you, man. I'm with you. I don't think that he's been around too long yet, but I do think that, like, low-key, there's, like, I don't know. I actually feel for the dude. You know, he just got an SEC, what was it, indictment, or I don't know. They're charging him or something. Let's see. I want to get it right. Roaring Kitty, SEC. What are they doing here? They're getting him for securities fraud. Or you got sued for securities fraud. It just happened. Yeah, he's just sued for securities fraud in a class action suit. Okay. Okay, it's a class action suit, so that's good, at least, but he's definitely getting sued for it, though. What about Friday? Xbox said Friday, the market is open just like normal, so everything will be normal as of Friday. I'll be live Friday. I might not be alive, but I will be live. I think that's going to be a wild day on Friday for the stock market. You better watch out. It might be low volume. We might see some weird moves even from the low volume. I don't know. I think it could get pretty weird Friday. Maybe there'll be more volume than I think. You know, maybe people will be off work and they'll be into the market, but yeah, Friday, everything is trading as normal. It's going to be an interesting day. I mean, there's going to be a lot of hungover traders out there. It's going to be weird. Fed's got to keep the common man in line, Tangi said. That's right. How dare us? You know what we like to say if we have a how dare you going on.
How dare you?
Oh yeah, had to bring her out. You guys knew it was coming. Meta is actually falling down to $500 right now, breaking under, which is pretty nuts. Breaking under. Wow, what a sell-off on Meta. The sell-off is just getting insane right now. That $500 break must have been serious here. Sheesh. $500, poor Meta. Terrible right there. Brain knows about Greta. Hey, good morning, Jason. What's up, alcohol? Appreciate you. Thanks for joining up this morning. And of course, that goes out to everybody. Thanks for being here. If you're new, smash that like and subscribe button. We're at 13 likes. But so far this morning, Chewy is not moving the way I was hoping for it to move. Started selling off quite a bit more, down to 28 something now. We look at the daily. Chewy's actually almost down to the levels from Friday. So definitely not the best. Loving the sell-off. Bought SQQQ in pre-market, Tangi said. SQQQ, let's see. Ooh, 0.6%. Pro shares, ultra short. QQQ, look at the daily. Okay. That's a pretty good support around $8 on SQQQ, I'll tell you. The way that the SPY is double topping as well makes that pretty enticing. I actually like that, Tangi. They bought it in pre-market. They're loving the sell-off. Nice, Tangi. I don't want to sound like a bear here, but I don't know. This double top in the short term is worrying me a bit on SPY. It's a pretty solid double top around 550. Seeing pretty harsh rejection since that touch. Today is looking like a good turnover as well. SQQQ starting to pop off a bit. It's interesting. Very interesting. You'll like this one, Tangi. I think for the next couple weeks, as long as that double top stays true, you'll be pretty damn happy. Gut feeling. I like that. Plus support, plus weakness. Short week. Yay, that's true. That Tesla move would make Greta happy. Oh, wow, it really would. No kidding. Yeah, breakout of 200 was pretty nuts. So watch this trend line on the daily, guys. We're having a good breakout, which is awesome. We're getting up to maybe test this trend again. That's going to be pretty awesome to watch. It's the mother of all trend lines, as I like to say. We have like 6 or 7 perfect touches on this one. I guess a couple weren't perfect. I'm not going to say that. It did break out above it, you know, very slightly in the past. Very slight breakouts a couple times, but for the most part, it's been bouncing right on the level. Keep eyeing it up this time. It might break out a little bit. I'm kind of wondering if this is going to be the final time where it truly shoots higher, but we'll see. We'll see. And when I say truly shoots higher, like gets back into like that 260 to 300 range, you know, somewhere like that. That'd be pretty hot right here. We could get a good move like that going on Tesla. But I'm watching this very close on the daily, especially around like the 210 to 215 area as it moves up short term. Ooh, Tesla actually started pulling back intraday though, which sucks, but that's going to happen. You know, there's going to be intraday pullbacks, especially whenever you see SPY selling down again. Man, around Friday, around close on Friday, sorry, the stock market took a massive dip and SPY had a big move down, all the way down to 543. Looks like it's maybe coming for a test of that here, as the momentum is shifting to the downside, at least on the overall SPY. Looking at NVIDIA, it's also a pretty rough day, breaking under the lows from this morning, and they actually had a pretty massive pullback in pre-market. That was pretty wild. This Wednesday is my girlfriend's birthday. We're actually going to go out to Gordon Ramsay's new restaurant. That's going to be fun. That'll be really fun coming up. If that happens with Tesla this week, Tom, I'm buying you an infinite amount of beers. Hey, I'll take you up on that offer, Brain. I'll take you up on that. What do you think about Chewy? Grim said. Yeah, you know, we've been eyeing that one up a lot this morning. It just keeps selling off. It sucks to see, right? It is getting down towards support around 27.50 and then 27. Those will be pretty big, I think, over the next day or even today. But I think 27 will be pretty big. Mason says, don't get the fish and chips. Wasn't that what you got with that frozen stuff? Yeah, it is. I got the Gordon Ramsay fish and chips from his frozen deal that he has. And guys, it was disgusting. I'll say I'm not going to say it was disgusting, okay? It tasted like you just bought like the Walmart brand of beer battered cod. You know, it tasted not good. And then the French fries were like no seasoning, just potato wedges. I'll say this, at least it seemed like real potato wedges. I'll give it that. At least it wasn't some fake shit. Don't get the chicken either. It's raw. I love it. I love it, Brain. Yeah, Gordon is everybody's... Well, I'm not going to say everybody's favorite chef, but, you know, one of the more popular chefs out there. Boeing still moving well this morning. We saw that good move above 185, but it did slow up a little bit. Did slow up a little. Jane said, is Mike okay? Did he eat the nuggets and get sick? No, he's all good, Jane. Did have some stuff going on in the background, but he is all good. Definitely not sick or anything like that. I'll let you ask him yourself though, Jane. I'll let him answer for you. Man, let's see here. Palantir. Sitting around $25.15, $25, something like that. Bam's meme? What is that? What? I gotta see this now. The chicken is so raw, it's still crossing the road. I like it, Bam. That's awesome. I was in the SM chat. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, Brain is Bam. That's pretty funny. That is an awesome one. I told my girlfriend, I said, hey, maybe Gordon Ramsay will be there somewhere, you know? Maybe he'll be there and you can, I don't know, talk to him or something. That'd be pretty cool. I'll be like, hey, Gordon, it's his birthday. Or it's her birthday. Sorry. It's her birthday. Maybe, you know, what's up? He'll probably come over and be cool. We'll be like, yeah, we watch all your shows, like all of them. I'll tell you what, Gordon actually inspires me to cook a little bit. Speaking of that, how's McDonald's stock today? Let's see. How's CMG as well following the split? Still curious to see how they... Ooh, that was massive. 3% sell-off today on CMG. Ugh, looking brutal in the short term. You know, everybody was like, oh my gosh, let's buy Chipotle. Let's buy Chipotle as it splits. Man, not looking too hot. Not looking too hot at all. How's NVIDIA since the split, actually? I'm curious. They're actually moving right now to pre-split levels. So, like, let's say that 118 support gives out. They're going to be at pre-split levels, essentially. They're already testing them now, but they'll officially be there. I'm thinking about an entry point to Chipotle. I would give it some time, you know. Give it some time. Be patient with this one. It's been having a lot of inflows and not to the upside, okay? I guess you could say a lot of outflows or a lot of inflows in the downside opportunities, but definitely moving down a lot. I would say short term. Man, excuse me, guys. Just keep yawning today. But looking at Chipotle, there's a big support coming up around 60. This could be a potential sniping opportunity. You know, if you're looking to like snipe the support, doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad at all. That is a big support though, right around 60. And, you know, you might be able to snipe it off there if you're really looking to get into an upside play on it. Hey, Tom, good morning. What do you think about NE or NNE for the long term? Yeah, I always hear about NEE with Next Era Energy. This is NNE. Nano nuclear. Yeah, we've been talking about this one, or I've been hearing about it a lot more lately, obviously, with the way it's been moving. A lot more traders have been into it, but yeah, moving pretty well again this morning. What do I think about it for the long term? I mean, for the long term, I hate to say it, but this would be one I'd have to ask Hunter about. I would want it to be at a fairly good valuation. I would say for the long term, it's pretty good, but it's just a little too high in the short term from where it started trading. Like, we're talking $4 up to $37. Like, what? That's a pretty good move. A lot of these penny stocks wish they did this. 1,000%. Holy shit. Yeah, just be wary with this one. I mean, if you're going to buy it right now for the long term, personally, I think it's very, very risky at the level that it's at. But, you know, maybe Hunter could shed some light on the overall valuation of it. Maybe it's at a good one still. I would doubt it with the way that it moved, but I would say it's more of like a shorter term, maybe like buy and hold shares for a swing type of play rather than, I don't know, a true long term. If you are going to do a true long term on this one, just make sure it's a small portion of the portfolio, you know. I would say keep it light. But if you, like, let's say that you're trading a lot of like Meta and SPY and NVIDIA and Google and Apple, and you hold a lot of those, you know, some of that could be, you know, it's a riskier position, you know, maybe 5% of the port, maybe 3%. You know, I don't know, you know, you come up with an idea on the risk, but might not be bad to have a little bit of. I haven't done a big deep dive into them though. And I don't want to just say, oh yeah, it's great for the long term whenever I haven't even done a deep dive into it. SPY still around this big support, 544. Guess where it bounced again? Guess where it bounced? Very close there, 544.10. Very close. That's pretty awesome. Hey, AMD falling off. I don't know if you guys saw the Surge Bot play, but it's been pretty fire so far on AMD this morning. It was a pretty fire move at the beginning. Hopefully people are looking to take some profits sometime soon, but great play by the Surge so far. Didn't want to talk about it till it was called out already, though, of course. For a little while. Jane said PMI soon. It should be right now, actually, right? Yeah, right now. It just came out. Literally just hit. Tesla's breaking out. SPY's starting to come back a little bit as it hit. You can see some nice green on this candle here. That's pretty fire. Michael said Tesla's trying to break the high of day. Let's go. Calls are looking good. Yeah, it actually was breaking out really good there on the 1 minute. Let's go back. Hell yeah, looking fire. Up above 208, moving towards 210 now. This move is becoming pretty exponential. It's actually getting very close to the trend line. That was fire. And, you know, we were talking about this just last week, I think, with Christian. You know, I was targeting 200. It actually broke out above 200 in a pretty good way. Gonna have to watch these resistances now very closely. Like I said, 210, 215, they'll be right around this trend line. I'm not saying that it has to bounce off the trend, but considering it has 6 other times, I'm definitely going to keep it in the back of my mind very, very closely. I'm going with the solid water today. No crazy drinks or anything like that, just water. What do I think about Apple? Yeah, so it looks like the PMI just came in 0.1 under the forecast there, Jane. Nothing too crazy. You can see it right here, 51.6. They were expecting 51.7. Maybe we'll see if CNBC can get a article going for it. Nothing yet, though. I thought this was going to be about DJT stock for a minute. DJT. Everybody's favorite stock. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. The debates, though, I don't know. That was pretty interesting, right? How'd you guys like that edit in last night's video where I threw them in there talking about golf? How'd you guys like that one? I thought it was pretty funny. Chewy still selling off. Jane said yes. Probably that she thought it was funny. Wow, it really is selling off, though. Damn, Jane. Jane, do you ever buy stuff on Chewy for, like, your cats or anything? Hope everybody had a good weekend, though. You know, I appreciate you joining up on the stream here first thing Monday morning. It's going to be a short week. Hopefully we can get all of our trading out of the... I'll say this, guys. This will be a pretty fun thing to say. Considering that the market's closed Thursday, if you're green on the week on Wednesday, you may as well just take Friday off. Like, low-key. Just be like, hey, you know... Not even going to worry about that day. It's probably going to be low volume and everything, so... If you're green on Wednesday, just say, hey, I'm green for the week. Oh, you buy stuff at Farm and Fleet. Nice, Jane. We got one by me called Farm and Home. And then there's also this bigger chain called Buckeyes. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Buckeyes before. I don't know if that's like a Missouri thing or what that is, but looks like they do have some other Buckeyes in like Illinois and Kentucky and Missouri, and I'm surprised they don't got one in Iowa. Okay. That's too bad. I could have sworn they would have. Farm and Fleet kicks ass, Tangy said. Hey. I like how she said she buys it like a boomer. Man, Tangy, that was funny last night. That has me thinking about that thing last night again. I was watching that and I was like, this guy's playing with the fire right now. Oh, Menards. Nice. We got some of those, too. Menards is a popular one. Spy just chopping around, doing literally nothing. And I just bit my... I bit myself. Oh, that's good. Ah, even Mason knows that one. That's funny. You guys all know that theme song? I always go to Lowe's. Lowe's is my one. I don't really mind though, honestly. I just go to whatever's closer. I try to just go to the auto parts store, low key, if I can. Like, there's this nice mom and pop auto parts store by me. I try to give some business to as often as I can. Where's the support on Chewy? I had one at 27. And it broke clear under there, 27.50. I got one coming up again right around 25.80 to 26. The roaring pussycat ruined it, Mason said. Yeah, I had 26 myself, Brain, so I like that one quite a bit. Underneath there, 25. Kind of dumb, but just every whole dollar level, it seems like. The roaring pussycat. That's pretty funny.
Come on, man.
Hey, Joe. We didn't ask you. I keep seeing these memes all over the place. It's pretty funny, or GIFs, or whatever you want to call it. I guess they're memes, technically. But there's these funny ones. It's like, it's like people deciding on who to send to the White House. 2 club championships or 6 handicap. You know, it's like, it's so funny. Everyone's like talking about the golf. I'm not gonna lie, to me personally, the golf overtook everything else. It really did. At the debate. I hate to say it, but that was the best question. It was about mental health. I thought that was the best question to ask. Of course, golf gets brought up during the mental health question. That's why it was so good. I had a dream I golfed with Trump. Never been so sad to wake up. What? Now that's a weird dream, Mason. You might need to consult your psychiatrist for that. He said it was so real. I've been having a lot of crazy dreams lately, man. You know what sucks? Like, I had one this morning, and I can only remember just, like, a little bit. Just barely. Jane said my spy call looks like it'll stop out. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good, not good. Just went in on Chewy at 26. SPY just started selling over like crazy. Just made a new low of the day. Literally, we just watched it on the 1-minute chart. Breaking to 544. Probably going to break support now. After all that downside price action Friday. Hopefully it doesn't just chop right back up, but it's starting to see some downside movement here. There's a lot of profit taking in the mid caps right now, Tansy said. Man, 544 just broke. Russell's selling off a lot too. Man. Meta is like leading the charge down. Apple double topping, which isn't helping things either. If they, yeah, they're starting to trade towards their low of the day, which is just going to add more pressure in. Got NVIDIA already dropping again too. Man, this is not looking good right now, guys. SPY all the way down to 543. It's now testing the low from Friday. If we go to a 5-minute chart, I talked about this last night on the video. This 543, 544, 542, this whole range has seen so many hits over the past few weeks. I'm going to circle it for you. Over the past 2 weeks, that has been nuts. So many bounces right there and pretty significant moves off of there too as well. Like, those are pretty significant. I'm not going to say that, you know, made the SPY go up 5%, but pretty good hits. If we do see a bigger sell-off here and this starts to break, this is not going to be a good sign for this week. And this is all happening as July, especially the first 2 weeks of July, are historically the best 2 weeks of the stock market since 1950. I found out that was 74 years. Pretty nuts. Tesla's still strong. Bears have the upper hand. Robinhood will be back and running for everyone when everything is in the red, Sim said. I'm sure a lot of stocks will be like that. I call those the rotation stocks, Sim. We'll see people start to rotate out of NVIDIA, out of some of the tech, and probably into some of these weird, smaller stocks that are starting to run. A couple others I think about are square or block. As Sean likes to say, the oblong, square, quadrilateral. If you guys don't know that, it's an inside joke. But yeah, Square's one I would look at. PayPal maybe would be another one. They're selling off like crazy today, but if we do see that rotation, these ones will be pretty good. PayPal's actually right on a pretty big support right now as well. Right around 57.50 to 58. Looking pretty good. Bears have the upper hand. Oh no. Man, Tesla. Starting to turn over a little bit intraday as well. Just like everything else. Makes sense. You know, the selling pressure's getting stronger. SPY's under 543 now, getting closer to 542. Man, I would doubt it breaks under 542 today, but we'll be seeing soon. It looks like. All right, I got my investment back on HTLD and left a couple shares of house money for a divvy. Another excellent addition to my collection. HTLD. Heartland. Ooh. The truckers. Interesting, Tangy. That's an interesting buy. And that's a good recovery there, too. Very interesting short term here on this one. I actually like the way it's moving quite a bit. I mean, it was a pretty major dip. Man. Very interesting. I'm going to have to look into the truckers a little bit more. The trucking stocks or whatever you want to call them. Shippers? I don't know. I don't want to call them shippers because it reminds me of Top Ships. Do you guys remember that stuff? Tops? Oh my god, it's still around. Top Ships. Yes, remember this stuff back in like 2016? Like when I first started trading, these things were going nuts. Like 2014, 2015, 2016. Man. Was it 2013? Was it that soon? I don't think I messed around with it too much then. Where was it? It's like impossible to tell though on the chart. Here we go. It was probably these little pumps here. 2016. Yep, it was probably these. Like this. Man, how wild. Tops at the time, huh? Let's see the percentage. Low to high. Like 400%. Guess it could have been better, but you guys remember that whenever the shippers were going nuts for a while back then? That was pretty funny. There was a whole bunch of them. Yeah, the horrible shit stock, Tangy said. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, they weren't good, I'll say that. They all ended up being pump and dumps. It became kind of like a GameStop situation at the time. You know, back then, you know, that was kind of for like 3 to 6 months, the shipping stocks are like what took over everybody's attention. You know, everybody was like, oh, the shippers, the shippers, the shippers. You know, it was kind of like, you know, that happens in the stock market. Every few years, there's a couple stocks or weird situations that come along that create some insane Some insane action, right?
Demoniacal creatures with huge canine teeth who bite deeply into the necks of their victims. They gorge on blood, warm human blood.
Give me 1 second. Yeah, I don't know. I got asked about Chewy shares. Do I think it'd be okay to swing them? Or just to swing Chewy in general? I think it would be okay. It's just, you got to be willing to hold it for the long term and just leave yourself room to average in if it keeps dropping, right? Just, you got to have some room to average in if it drops more. Stock just shot up to 39 and more realistically just up to 30 from like 16 bucks, you know. Like, the pullback could be pretty major. Ooh, Apple popping. Dip buying into the fourth, Nowhere Man said. Man, Apple actually looks pretty hot today. Yeah, you're right. It's popping off. It doesn't care about the SPY falling. And you know what? Speaking of that, the SPY just came all the way back to test 544 again. That's funny. MCD's not doing good? Wow, you're right. Yeah. Sell off today. Let's look at the daily. Starting to sell off back towards support again. Not looking too good in the short term. It almost looks like it might try to break lower. I hope not, but we'll see. That support's going to be huge to watch for the next couple days, though, around 250, 249. That $5 deal ain't helping. I know, right, Demir? They got to get that thing going. When does it come out? I thought it'd be out by now, didn't you? Or is it out? I don't think it's out by me, though. Unless they just did it. Wish I had played with that instead. Tesla. Yeah, Tesla is not caring either. New highs of the day. 209.54. Definitely watch 210 coming up. That's going to be a very significant area for Tesla. He had some stuff going on, Demir. Sometimes that's just what happens, right? It was kind of funny. I had stuff go on Thursday, and then he had stuff go on, you know, on Friday. Let me update these on Bookmap real quick as I pull it up for Tesla. Let's open workspace. Let's do all my stocks. All right, there we go. Give it a minute to load. Here we go, though. Tessie's literally pushing 210 as we speak, testing it. Let's see if there's a hit or not here. I think Tesla could slow up pretty significantly around 210. Nice, it's doing Tesla first. I like it. Yeah, there's 236,000 shares stacked up there. Look at that big red mark overhead. Big red line on the heat map. Showing a lot of sellers stacked there. 237,000 shares. Quite a bit. We do see more shares on Tesla from time to time. It just depends. So far, though, that's a pretty good hit there. All the way back down to 209. Yeah, it was a nice test, Demir. I'm not saying that it can't break it, but I think it'll be pretty tough. Happy Canada Day. Hey, no way, Philippines. Is it really Canada Day? That's funny. Let's go. Happy Canada Day to everybody out there from Canada. Appreciate you there. Jason said, where's your audio, Tom? Which audio are you looking for? Haha, Demir, that would be funny. That would be kind of funny if that was the case. Nah, there were some reasons, we'll say. Tangi said, you guys should let me guest host, but I don't want you to get your channel banned. That would suck. Brain said, what's a Canada? Canadian bacon, Demir says. Man, I could do some bacon right now. I don't know about Canadian bacon. I actually fried some bacon up last night. It was fire. I'm actually doing really good with my weight right now, guys. I was 139 over the weekend. I was so close to 140. I just gotta stay strong this week and just get the food in, and I think we'll be at 140, no problem. No problem here. Watch it be, though, I weigh myself today, and I'm only at 136 again. You know, it's like I lost 4 pounds overnight. I sure hope I didn't. Calls on Tom at 140. I love that. Oh, yeah, always doing it, Brain. We're going tonight. Going tonight to the gym. Palantir trying to come back alive. Let's look at MU and Qualcomm today. QCOM. Haha, call it in. Good chance of 140 with the 4th coming up. You see, though, it's like, is there a good chance, Stuart, or is it a bad chance, you know? Because, like, I'll probably end up going to play golf a couple times somehow in the middle of this week with all the stuff going on. And as I play golf, I usually lose a lot of weight. I'm going to have to somehow just buck up and, like, eat during my round or something. I normally never eat when I play. Eat more potatoes. Limit the cardio. I kind of suck, so I don't do any cardio. We just take the cart. Imagine being a couch potato and still losing weight, Demir said. Push the cart. That'd be good. Come on, Palantir, let's go. Coming back alive. Like to see it. Tesla's getting back to 210 right there. You can see it testing on the book map. Let's see. We'll watch it wipe out. How about that? Look at the test. You can see it starting to wipe a little bit here and there. It's trying to get through. The buyers are trying to push this through here. Will they be successful? Ooh, another drop. Not a big worry, though. It can be right back in a second. Dang, Mason said whenever he had his Whoop bracelet, he was burning 2,500 calories in 18 holes of golf. Holy shit, Mason. That's pretty wild. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me do something really quick on the Discord. I'll leave this up so we can see Tesla test 210, though, really quick. Let me get this going here. I don't need to try and lose weight. I just need a fast metabolism. Ah, yeah, that's right. That's all you need, Demir. That's all I need. 210 just officially broke on Tessie, though. You guys can see it happen here in real time. It's pretty awesome to see. It's a pretty good breakout, too. Got to give it that. You like it, Demir? 210 breaking. Let's go. Nice. Philippines had a nice play on Tesla. Let's go. Let's get it. Hell yeah, Mason. I think I'm going to drive and get a Big Mac today. You know, I think I have to. I have to do it today. It'll make me nice and happy. Monday Max. Hell yeah. I'm due for a Big Mac myself. Oh yeah, let's get them. Let's do them and throw the pictures up there. Throw some pictures in the chat today for it. That'd be sick. $211 just hit on Tessie. Next big level that came up here. See if it can break, though, because it already wiped it. Let's see if the buyers can keep pushing Tesla up. There's really nothing overhead up to 212. Man, Tesla just keeps ripping 6.58%. It's starting to push the trend line now. It actually just filled the gap as well. There was a bit of a... Well, I guess it already technically got really close to filling the gap, but kind of refilled it there. I'm surprised 210 didn't hold up a little bit more, but at least it had some intraday hits there. He's been holding those Tesla calls from last week. Nice, Philippines. You guys and your forbidden sandos. Yep, that's right. You know, it's actually been a little while since I've even had a Big Mac from McDonald's. It's been quite a while. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't get that buy one, get one free deal thing, so that's going to make it shitty now. But I get a 25% off thing with a purchase of $6 or more. That's good. Holding Chewy for the long term. When did you buy in Philippines? Was it just now? If so, I'd be a little wary, but as long as you're willing to hold it long term, I think you're okay. Come on, Tessie, let's go. Demir said there's a fruit fly in my room. I hate that, Demir. Whenever that happens, very annoying. Put up one of them bug zappers, man. That's how you get them. The salt gun? I've seen those, Mason. Those are pretty cool. Those are actually pretty cool. Yeah, bug assault. I think that's it. NVIDIA recovering well, Brain said. Yeah, pretty good up to 122.50. Not too bad there. SPY's not. Fortunately. Yeah, SPY's not really getting any price action. You know what should be getting some action, though, today is that like button. Come on, smash that like if you haven't hit it yet. Give it some action. Let's go.
All right, all right, all right.
You know what the percentages are whenever I ask people to hit the like button?
60% of the time, it works every time.
That's right. Like it up for Paul Rudd. 120 buys got triggered, Brain said. There we go, NVIDIA. Just broke out above the recent high at like 122.40. That's good. I might need to upgrade my bird shot. You know, the wildest thing I ever did one time, and I still have some, is this person, hang on one second, guys. Give me 1 second. Yeah, Mason, it's getting to that point where you're grimacing. You're like, man, look at that SPY falling back off. Terrible sell-off below 543.50, man. That's pretty brutal right there. What are you going to say, Tom, about some guy? Oh, nothing. Just something that I have dealing with personally. Demir. dumb things, you know, people trying to schedule times up and got something happened actually last week where my golf lesson instructor, my golf instructor guy, he canceled on me, and now he's like trying to schedule up new times, you know. And I'm like, you know, this week's gonna be tough with everything going on, you know. There's this stock TTEC that has strong resistance at 5, but I'm wondering what people think about it. TTEC. I'll be real with you, this stock looks like a no trade. It's a very risky stock. Brain, it's not one I've ever heard of. You can tell by the price action, it's pretty rough. I would go with something that has better price action than this personally. If I were to trade something along these lines, being like only $5 or $6 or something, I don't know. I don't know. There's not a lot of stocks around that price, but personally, that looks like a pretty bad one as far as the movement. There's really no support that it's finding either. It kind of sucks. I guess if you go to the weekly, there's like the all-time low. If you're going to look for a bounce around this support or the all-time low, it might not be too bad, but man, I'll tell you, that was massive on the sell-off. I'd be very careful because it could easily just keep falling down and then reverse split and then fall again, and then you're screwed. Yeah, Demure, he said he double booked the times by mistake. And I was like, yeah, I guess I feel that, you know. Things can happen, you know. I don't know, he seemed to like me, though, whenever we were there. Yeah, by mistake. Thanks a lot, Demure. You're making me feel good. All right, Spy. Let's see if you can get down under 542.50, push down to 542. Starting to sell off a little bit more here. Let's check on the Mag 7. Apple pulling back pretty hard. Microsoft. I mean, it just started pulling back, but it does have one pretty big red candle. Baidu is the worst, Nowhere Man said. Wow, you're right. It is kind of like the worst right now. Let's check Baba. Yeah, Baba's pretty bad. The China stocks all came roaring back, that's for sure. Personally, I'm not a huge China stock person. I say that a lot. You know, I don't own any for the long term. I'm down to swing some shares on it or to even just trade it. But as far as like a true long-term investment, I don't know. You know, personally, I just say, why not just get U.S. stocks, you know? They perform good enough. Like, there'll probably be some years that China outperforms, and I'm sure that'll be the case, but I don't know. I always just say, you know, stick with stick with what's good, right? I do think, though, that there will be a time coming off this dip, though, where these China stocks will start to get pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, give me 1 second here. I'm gonna help someone with Discord really fast. give me one sec. Let me try this one more time. I swear it's not the golf guy this time. I'm in Discord this time. Okay. I like how Amazon's getting into the cheap Chinese export game. Yeah, that's pretty interesting with Amazon, isn't it? I mean, like, let's be real, guys. They already... I hate to say it, but a lot of Amazon shit already is China bullshit. But it sounds like they're going to be offering more direct stuff. Will that be good for Amazon or bad, though? Because, like, imagine now if they start doing that, a lot of their current sellers might get kind of pissed. You know, I don't know. This could maybe even spark, I don't know, like a big switch over, like, to the sellers going to a different website or, you know, I don't know. I'm curious, though, because it's going to drive traffic away from a lot of sellers of things onto the cheap China stuff. I don't know. I think it's going to be a weird situation. Probably good for Amazon, though, but... Hey, Jeanette's asking support on Tesla. Let's look. Now that it broke out, I got to use 205 as a major support. Yeah, I really like 205 as the first big one underneath where we are now. And I'm using 210 as resistance. And then 212 after that. Tesla is starting to come back pretty hard, though. Good thing a lot of buyers came in and stacked up around 208, like 70. That's pretty good. Ha! Oscar says, how's your girl handling that S-Bucks position? She's not. I'll tell you. Yeah, she ain't been happy with it. That's for sure, Oscar. She's going to keep averaging in, though. It'll bring her price down pretty good. That's funny. I can't remember what all she has now. I'm trying to remember. I know she had some silver, and that was on fire for her. The silver was killing it. Silver looks like it's consolidating on the daily on this dip. It'd be nice to see another staircase back here, back to the upside. It'd be pretty fire on silver. Maybe we'll start to see global tensions heat up a little bit more. Philippines said, thinking Nike might bump up during the Olympics. Other than that, it's a long hold. All right, guys, I'm going to do a poll. We're going to do a poll here. This is going to be a quick poll. It's not going to be one that lasts forever. It's only going to go till about 11 a.m. Eastern. But it's going to be a quick one and an interesting one. Let me type it up real quick and then I'll tell you what it is. All right. All right. There's only 2 answers to this, and I'm curious what you guys are thinking. Oh my God. Hang on. Okay. All right. Will Biden be replaced as the Democrat nominee for president? Yes or no? Don't get political. We're not looking for any political explanations in the chat. Nothing like that. It's just yes, he will be replaced, or no, he will stay on the ticket. We're not looking to get crazy with it. I'm just curious what you guys think. I thought it was very interesting how they flipped the script, so to say, and they started, a lot of the people on CNN and stuff were kind of calling for him to step down. So I'm very curious what you guys think, if he will be replaced or not. You know, it's just a simple yes or no. We don't need a ton of argument or explanation for it. Just a simple, you know, will it happen or not, right? What do you think? No, apparently it's not too late, Tangi. They have until like August something or something along those lines to do it. Mark said, don't get political, but you're creating a political poll. Well, I mean, Mark, I'm saying not to start big arguments in the chat, obviously. You know, people should be able to be smart enough to understand what I'm trying to say. Just answer the poll, or just don't answer it if you don't want to, you know, if you don't feel like it. Aliens, Brain said. It's the aliens, man. All right, Spy, let's look at it. Falling off a little bit here, looking at 542.50. Looking pretty good here. Gonna see if we see a breakdown or not. Man, with the way the price action's been today, I'm definitely watching for a breakdown. That could start to uptick UVXY quite a bit if that starts to happen. And I know UVXY could end up being very fun short term. Same thing with SQQQ. SQQQ would probably be better to play because then you don't have to deal with VIX or just, you know, the volatility. You still have to deal with volatility, but of course, you know, if the NASDAQ drops, this will be a pretty guaranteed move. Whereas with UVXY, usually that's the case, but not always. Most of the time, though, we know that is. VIX is dead, Nowhere Man said. Yeah, you know, you go look at VIX on the daily. Bouncing off support pretty well around 12 bucks. Hey, Oscar, we said we weren't going to do that. But I, you know. Chewy, June 17th, 2281, Philippines said. I know which way Oscar's voting in the poll. Palantir woke up, Mando said. Did it really? I know, Oscar, but I know what'll make people mad. Do you think Enphase will make a comeback? Let's see. ENPH. Enphase. Wow, you know, that fell under $100. That's definitely rough. I want to see Palantir waking up, though, man. Looking good. Good job, Palantir. I thought it was over after that move down from the highs. Man, that's a pretty big pullback there. At open, I don't know what happened today. That was weird for some of these stocks that pulled back. Square's still pulling back. That's just funny. But SPY is also approaching that low of day. Watch 542.60, 542.50. When's AVGO supposed to split again? The 15th, Mason asked. AVGO. Broadcom. You said the 15th. Is it the 15th? I don't know why. I keep thinking 17th. No, it is the 15th. Yep. July 15th. Yep. You had it right. There's been so many splits lately. I just hope Kamala doesn't get the spot. You know, that would be interesting, right? Like, who would they put on the ticket? That'd be a curious thing. Palmer. QQQ selling off. Moving down to 477.40. I like to see the QQQ doing that. Oh, that's one of my favorite sounds lately is the brother ew. Okay. Here, I'm going to try this, guys. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to turn down the sound in case it's too loud. All right, let's hear it.
Brother, what's that?
Oh my god, it was too loud. See, that's why I turned it down. That's why I turned it down right there. That sound button sucked. Whoever made that needs to go to sound button jail, honestly. Mason said, I'm in a bowling league and a name in there, a team name is the Baracko Bowlers. Oh, that's pretty funny, Mason. Someone called Borat. Man, you guys are cracking me up today. I'm glad that we have such a nice, cool, calm community here. One that we can actually have some fun with this stuff. You know, nobody is being a Scrooge out there. You know, I appreciate that, guys. Appreciate that. Speaking of that, we might as well just close the poll now. 32 total votes. Will Biden be replaced? It says 62% of you guys voted yes. 37% voted no. So I can't believe that yes won out of 32 votes. I know that's a very small sample size here, but that's the case here. Interesting poll. I appreciate you guys voting in it, and I appreciate you not going too crazy in the chat either. Keeping it nice and cool in here. You guys are the best, I'm telling you. SPY actually made a new low of day while I was reading off the poll results and fell down pretty hard. But started consolidating. NVIDIA hitting off resistance and starting to turn over. Demir said I got second place in a kids bowling league. You know, I used to actually bowl a lot as a kid. All I really did as a kid was play baseball and bowling. And I did also play soccer for a little while, but only for like 2 years. But I did do bowling. I even bowled in high school when I was a freshman. I thought that was pretty fun. Although it just got weird. I'm not trying to judge or nothing like that, but man, the bowling team at my school was just, I don't know. The kids bothered me. I don't know. I didn't gel well with them, we'll just say. 2575 resistance on Palantir. Very interesting. The person who got first place was a girl. Hey, she must have been pretty good. I've seen some really good female bowlers, man. I bowled with a few of them, too. Really good ones, actually. My ears are bleeding whenever someone calls it soccer. It's a European thing. Yeah, I'm not a... Yeah, I'm not going to call it football. You know, that's or football or whatever. Sadly, I respect it, though. You know, largest sport in the world, they say, right? Golf might be taking that soon. I don't know. Yeah. I feel your brain. It is kind of dumb that they would call it the same thing. Like, who came up with that? Like, for American football, like, who came up with calling it the same thing? Like, honestly. Tilray. Man, Tilray was up a little bit this morning. Nothing too crazy, though. I guess when its average percent move is 4.7%, it's only up 2%. I guess I can't really say it's up. Yeah, it's not even close right now, Sim. That's for sure. I'll be real with you guys. I'm just not a fan of that one. You know, I played it, and I actually enjoyed playing the game. I really enjoyed playing, like, European football or soccer or whatever you want to call it. We'll just call it soccer to make it simple here. I actually really liked it. But watching it on TV, I just can't stand it. I don't know. It's like watching golf. You know, like, anyone out there... It's kind of boring in that way. I don't know. Hockey's pretty fun. I like watching hockey. That's a really fun one to watch. Baseball is kind of boring, I guess, like soccer too. You know, it's kind of slow in that way. Not a lot of scoring, you know. Yeah, hockey, I think hockey is hands down. I don't think you can beat it. Try watching floorball. It's hockey, but no protectors. What? Man, QQQ roaring down a little bit here today. Amazon making a new high of the day. Hey, look at that. Look at that. That's awesome. Is Tessie doing it too? Nope. Still pulling back for Tesla. The housefly is killing me. It's on the mirror. I hate it whenever it always flies on your screen. Because I don't want to smush it on the screen. Yeah, like Brain said, watching it is boring. Yeah, and I feel that, you know, like I love a lot of sports that are boring, and I love watching them sometimes, you know? But playing them, man, it's usually so much fun to play. It's so much more fun to play than it, you know, it makes it, I don't know. It seems so boring on TV, and then you play it and you're like, oh, this is awesome. Cricket. Now, cricket is one that Tom can't get behind cricket, okay? Tom just can't get behind that one. I'm sorry, guys. We're going with baseball on that one all day. Cricket really does seem like the off-brand version of baseball. I can't lie. It really does. But I played baseball my whole life, so I'm biased. Man, QQQ's actually finding a little bit of support here. Around 478. That's good to see. That's good to see. Amazon's holding a little bit still. Apple's right at the high of day. If it could break 215.60, start to run back again. Let's see. Is the recent high the all-time high? Yes, it is. And the recent high is up around 220 on Apple. Up around 220. Baseball is nice to watch, but it takes a week for a game. Yeah, it's they have those series, but it's yeah, it's been pretty... The baseball games can last a while. I know, like 3 hours plus, but they've been doing the pitch clock thing, and it makes it quicker now. Oh, cricket takes a week. I see. No, I didn't know that. I didn't know it took a week. That's wild. Hey, Stuart used to play cricket. Hey, that's cool. I bet that's fun, Stuart. I would try to play it if I was somewhere that played it, you know? I would try to learn it, that's for sure. Mua says, I don't understand curling. I like that. That's funny, Mua. Now, that is a sport where you're like, hey, what's going on? I think that they're just playing glorified shuffleboard is really all that they're playing when they play cricket. All right, not cricket, sorry. Curling. Mason said, real debate, is cheerleading a sport? I would say, yeah. I would say cheerleading's a sport for sure, man. I would say also, though, like, you know, you can make it more or less of a sport than you want, you know? Like, if you're, like, on a real cheerleading squad that, like, goes and does cheerleading competitions and shit, yeah, that shit is a sport for you. But if you're just, like, you know, I don't know, the cheerleader just for, like, the high school basketball game and you just show up, you know, once a week, then it's not as much, you know? I guess it depends how competitive you get, but I guess it's still a sport, just, you know, just not as, what would I say? Not as much movement, right? Some people don't even count golf as a sport, or like NASCAR, or anything like that either. Real men play darts. That's right. Yep. Yeah, people don't even count golf as a true sport, so I don't know. That debate is a wide open one. QQQ coming back. Yeah, it's finding that support, starting to move back a little bit today. That's good to see. The aliens. He said chess is a sport, of course. You know, that's pretty weird, isn't it, Brain? Beer pong? Oh, yeah, there we go. That's funny. All right, guys. Well, I think we're going to call the live stream there. Man, every stock I look at right now is just consolidating around the low of day. SPY's doing it. NVIDIA is consolidating in the mid-range. I mean, Apple and a couple others are still okay, but just consolidating a lot. No good movement now, but overall, we had some pretty good movement here this morning. I'm glad to see it. What do you think about cannabis stocks with a possible Trump win? I don't think it's looking too good if that's the case, Red River. I just wish that somebody would come out and just say that they would just legalize it by now. I know Biden's had some good talks about it, but it was so weird. Whenever Biden got in as president, I was actually really excited for the marijuana stocks. I was like, yes, let's go marijuana. We're going to be golden in a couple years. And then Biden fired everyone in his cabinet who admitted to doing marijuana, and then it ruined him. And I was like, what? Wow. But yeah, I really thought that it was going to be a lot better these past couple years for the MJ, but it wasn't. Now, Biden does publicly support it, but I will say, like, why did he fire the people? You know, and the stocks took a big hit off that when it happened. Let me see if I can find an article just to, so you guys don't think I'm talking out my ass. Yeah, here we go. 5 staffers let go over marijuana use. They terminated 5 White House staffers over it. Huh, very interesting. Yeah, it was interesting, though. It definitely hurt these stocks when it came out. Let's see if I can find a date. March 19th, 2021. So let's go back to March 19th, 2021 on the Tilray chart. I'm curious actually what it looks like. March 19th, 2021. Okay. So, like, I'm not going to say that this is what kicked off the selling or, like, what necessarily 100% caused it. But here's March 19th, 2021. Okay. The red arrow. And here's what Tilray did after this. So, like, I'm not going to say it's totally because of that, but it was a big, you know, kick in the balls to people who were investing in it for the reason of Biden, you know, wanting to legalize it, right? Now, again, that could, you know, I was reading some weird stuff in here, like, you know, with weird policies and stuff, but still, I mean, it was a fairly big deal when it happened. Yeah, you're right. The White House staffers got fired, and yeah, Hunter got to come in. I guess that's a. I don't know. I don't even know how to respond to that, Brain, because I don't think I can respond to it in a good way, honestly. Only fools buy pot stocks, MilSpec Plus said. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good investment for the long term if you do it with the right companies. But all right, guys, we're going to end the stream there. Appreciate you all sticking with us. Really appreciate you guys. One of the best communities out there. You guys are badass for not getting too crazy or anything with some of those polls and stuff like that we were doing today. So appreciate you there. As always, walk away green today. Keep trading safe in the short term. Don't go all into anything crazy like Chewy just because it starts to pop off a little bit. You know, as we can see, the price action definitely can shift quickly. But have a fantastic rest of the day, guys. I will talk to you later and see ya in the Discord. Make sure to check out tonight's video as well. See you guys.